And with that, we are live and ready to go here at the DNR Gorsuch Athletic Complex. We welcome everybody inside for Carroll softball here on the Charger Sports Network. Carson Beeman joined here by Owen McFadden as it's Carroll coming up against Eastside. A big battle here as Carroll undefeated 3-0 on the season takes on one of the best in the area in the Blazers as we're just about set. Just starting to line up after starting the national anthem. We'd like to first introduce a lineup for the Blazers of Eastside High School. Klein, McCallie, and Kitchen. First three up. That's Bishop, Guerrera, Vanover, Dick, Scholl, and McCaddy. On the mound tonight for the Chargers in the circle is Taylor Danley. Getting ready to play here on Good Friday. Beautiful weather here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as big home run watch here for this one. Wind blowing directly out in the outfield. 22-mile-per-hour winds with 34-mile-per-hour gusts blowing straight to center field. As we're just about set and ready to go. Danley's third appearance so far this season. 2-0. Has yet to allow an earned run across 15 innings pitched, but by far the best team Carroll has played yet so far. It's Carroll Eastside coming up. As Klein steps into the box, and we are ready to go. As they'll start out as a ball.
So it's going to be interesting to see here, as we've talked about. Eastside, 10 games played on the season. At Carroll, only 3. So definitely a gap in play time here for both teams.
Carroll has had a couple postponements so far, of course, with the rougher weather here in April. Looking like spring has maybe finally arrived here on Easter weekend. As it's a quick 3-0. As that actually be thrown into a strike, make it 2-1. Danley trying to find the zone here. Carroll's ace, a very much a two-punch lineup between her and Garcia so far on the season. A pitching staff that has propelled Carroll across the postseason last couple of years. That one's hit on, and that's going to fall for a leadoff single by Klein. Just getting enough there. That'll bring up number 2, Emily McLean. The second baseman and the sophomore. Very young Eastside team. Only 2 seniors on board. As she shows bunt to start off. That's going to drop fair, and it's going to be a sac bunt. That'll move Klein up to second.
Yeah, and well executed bunt right there as Eastside able to advance the runner to second.
As Kitchen now up. Runner in scoring position early here with 1 out. Danley trying to get out of the jam. An Eastside team that has dominated this series against Carroll as of late. These two teams did not play last year. That one's outside. That's actually going to be painting the zone. So 0-2 here for Danley. She's getting into her groove here early. And this one, as that's a swing and a miss for strikeout number 1 on the day for Taylor Danley, and out number 2.
Yeah, good reset there for Taylor Danley, as, of course, led off that single to start the inning and able to advance that runner to second, but good action there by Danley.
Second ever meeting here between these two schools. That one's fouled back. Eastside winning 4-0 on the 14th of April back in 2023. That one being, I believe, here at Carroll High School. So 0-1 count. Danley Trying to get a clean sheet as that one's popped into center field. Diving catch is made by Schultz as that will bring us to the bottom of the first. Still 0-0. Able to get out of the leadoff single as I'll bring up East Side's pitcher, number 4, Lucy Kitchen, the sophomore. As we welcome you back here on the Charger Sports Network as Taylor Danley able to get out of the jam off the leadoff single. Schultz, who made that diving catch, flies out on pitch number 1.
Yeah, it's good contact there after the good play to end that top of the first half of the inning, but Schultz there going to have it caught there, so be number 13, Kinsey, up to bat here for the Chargers.
Carroll 3-0 so far in the season. Got the 8-2 win yesterday against Northridge. So far through 2 pitch, 2 pieces of contact. That one blows foul for Kinsey. As that one is 1-1. As that one's made contact on, goes through the third baseman's glove, and it's a 1-out single for Kinsey. So both teams able to get a hit on their first series of at-bats.
Yeah, that one just scraping by third baseman there is Danley, the pitcher, up to bat here.
As first pitch, Stanley swings on it. That one drops in shallow right, and 2 runners on early on now for the Chargers.
Yeah, the Chargers coming out swinging here as back-to-back hits has them in scoring position with a runner at second and also a runner at first, 1 out.
So the Carroll team with a lot of questions going into it, a lot of roster turnover from last year, but 3-0 in the season, trying to get an impressive win against one of the best teams in 2A in East Side. As that one's down low, wild pitch in the dirt as both runners will advance. So 1 out here, 0-0 in the bottom of the first. Runners on second and third. As that one's hit on as Kirkpatrick gets under that one. That one's popped up for out 2. So Rapson now trying to bring some runs in here with 2 outs. Rapson hitting .417 on the year without an RBI, as that's a diving catch made, and it's going to stay in fair territory, so 1 run's going to come in. As Kitchens tried making the diving play on the foul ball line, hits her in play, as wasn't pretty, but it's going to bring in a run for the Chargers.
Yeah, I think it was just unlucky there for East Side, as it looks like the pitcher tried to come out and make the play, but could not do so, and just stays fair. So kind of a wild way to score a run, but the Chargers will take it.
Kinsey comes through. Danley advances to third. So runners at the corners here with 2 outs. Tessa Patterson coming in. She swings and misses on the first one. It's going to be called a foul. But good start for the Chargers, up 1-0 here, bottom of the first. Both teams were good postseason success last year, but a lot of roster turnover. Eastside 8-3 coming into this one. That one is in the dirt, as it's going to be an uncontested stolen base for Rapson. Runners now at second and third. Threatening the score here, 0-1 count with 2 outs. Kitchen struggling with control here, as that swung on and missed. Ball back in the dirt, as a wild pitch is going to bring another run in there. Danley comes in as Rapson advances a third. So 2 runs here in the first.
Yeah, that's 2 wild pitches at the bottom of this first inning here, and really doing the damage, as 2 runs really in a situation where the Chargers could have been held scoreless, but
as that one's fouled off, as Patterson stays alive. But a successful first inning nonetheless for the Chargers here. Windy day, but Kitchens struggling with control, as that one's up high inside. 1-2. Kitchen winds up. That one's hit on to the shortstop, and it's going to be out number 3, but Carroll able to put up 2 on the board. They lead Southside going to the top of the second.
East Side.
The Chargers with 2 runs on hits, 1 runner aboard.
Remember when he called Crown Point Center Grove? Yeah.
As going to the top of the second here, Eastside down 2-0. As Danley back in the circle, as Guerrera, the first baseman, now to work. As it's quick 0-2 count. Once again, a very windy day here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Papers keep blowing across his press box. They physically assaulted Owen McFadden as we went to the middle of the first, as that's strikeout number 2 already on the day for Danley.
That's a way to put it, as Danley there gets another strikeout, as Chargers trying to build on the successful bottom of the first inning there, is able to score 2 runs and trying to shut down this Blazer offense here at the top of the second.
So Vanover now back.
The third baseman, number 22, Tegan Vanover.
As he's trying to get the East Side team back and moving. Danley pounding the zone. That one is taken low. 1-1. But I've seen a lot of spectacular plays made as heavy swing and a miss. Danley pumping in the zone.
They're trying to go for the back-to-back strikeouts here with a 1-2 count for Taylor Danley.
As she delivers a 1-2 inside. And it's back-to-back strikeouts for Danley.
Yeah, the Chargers doing a good job, as I said, of coming out of the bottom of the first inning here, just trying to shut down the Blazer offense, not allow a response. And as you see here on the final strike there, a swing and a miss for Taylor Danley.
Coming into the day, 15 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts. Has just been controlling so far, has yet to give up an earned run as well through those appearances. Has pitched 15 of the 22 innings for the Carroll Chargers. As a junior with a great start to her season, up high and away, 2-1. Up high, 3-1. Eastside trying to battle. Have yet to really find the momentum. One base runner in total here across the first 7 batters. As that one's a heavy swing and a miss, full count. Danley sets up. Just low. That's going to go for the walk.
Yeah, Danley trying to get 3 consecutive strikeouts there, but not able to do so, as Dick able to get onto base there. So 2 outs here. Eastside maybe with a little chance to try and get something going.
Dick able to stick it out as she'll take first base. As that's strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Scholl now up. That's heavy swing and a miss. They're going to try to check Dick, and she comes in safely. 0-2 count. As that's a swing and a miss, and it's a 3 strikeout inning for Danley. As Carroll still up 2-0, head to the bottom of the second.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza. Guys?
Get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99. Only at Pizza Hut.
The future is what you make it, so make it matter. At the University of St. Francis, we'll help you build a purposeful life based on your interests, goals, and desire to make the world a better place. Make the future yours at St. Francis. You belong here.
As Danley working already here, 4 strikeouts, 3 of them in that second as she cuts down the Blazers. Carroll up 2-0 in the second home game of the season. Ella Sylvie now up to bat in the 7th slot. As that one's delivered for a quick strike 1. That's a quick 2. So Sylvie down 0-2 quickly. That one's in the dirt. Kitchen struggled with her control down low.
Yeah, especially with those 2 wild pitches, which pretty much were the result of the 2 Charger runs.
That one up high, dropped through the catcher. 2-2.
Sylvie trying to battle back here. He's got this count to 2-2 from the original 0-2 that it was.
As Sylvie makes contact, goes through the legs of McLean, the second baseman, and she gets on.
Yeah, as I said, just a good action there by Sylvie, battling back and able to get that single there as Chargers have one runner on first base to start, to start at the bottom of the second inning here.
I believe that's already the third error there for Eastside tonight if you count the 2 wild pitches that advanced runners and led into runs. As there's a bunt shown by Garcia. As Sylvie able to cross second. As Naomi Greenwood now comes up in the 9th spot.
Naomi Greenwood.
Greenwood, the lefty, trying to pinch in here. As she takes the first one outside, 1-0. As back-to-back outside. As the lone lefty on this Carroll lineup, as she hits that one inside, fouling out, 2-1. Carroll trying to improve on their 2-0 lead that they got in the first. As 3-1 now for Greenwood.
Yeah, an advantageous count here for Greenwood is only 1 out, trying to get runners on first and second, possibly here with the walk or more through a hit.
As that one just able to keep inside full count. As that one's fouled on, as Greenwood stays alive in the count.
Yeah, that one just down the third baseline there, but unfortunately could not stay fair for the Chargers, so another opportunity here in this full count.
Greenwood looking for her first hit of the season. As that one's hit into shallow center, as that's going to drop. Sylvie trying to stretch the third, able to do so. Greenwood comes to second. And runners at second and third as the top of the lineup comes up for the Chargers.
Yeah, good action there as we've talked about. Trying to work that full count, does so, and puts herself in an opportunity here to take a swing at it as you look at a replay. Good contact on that ball as it floated out to center field, dropped in between the outfielders for the double.
Schultz flew to center on the first pitch. She does it that time, gets over the fielder's head, and that's going to bring in 2. Schultz going to stretch it to 3. And it's a triple that clears the bases for Lily Schultz, bringing in 2 more.
And the Chargers swinging their bats on back-to-back pitches, and it pays off as Kitchen struggling here in the bottom of the second as Carroll able to put 2 more runs on the board here for nothing.
Very similar to her first at-bat, first pitch, going to center field, but that one hit harder. And it's 3 straight pitches that are swings, and it's 3 straight that are hits. That one going through the left fielder's legs, and she's going to try to stretch out for 3. And Kinsey able to do so, and Carroll on a roll here in the second.
Yeah, the Chargers with back-to-back triples here as all of a sudden going to have a mound visit as definitely one needed here as Kitchen's really struggling in the bottom of the second.
Back-to-back triples. Carroll with all the momentum. They lead 5-0. We'll head to the break. As Kitchen will stay in the game here as Carroll Up 5-0. Back-to-back triples by the top of this Charger lineup, both on the first pitch. Last 3 pitches of the game resulting in hits for the Chargers. Danley's going to try to keep it up and does, as the single brings Kinsey on in at home.
Yeah, and a hit parade here for the Carroll Chargers, as that's 4 straight hits in a row for the team. Has only 1 out here, already 6-0 in the bottom of the second.
As Kirkpatrick now in, batting .600 on the season. 2 homers already this season. Wind blowing straight to the outfield. Definitely something to watch. Pinch runner coming in for the Chargers. That'll be number 2, Peyton Jackson, the junior.
The courtesy runner for Carroll is number 2, Peyton Jackson.
That's Kirkpatrick now in box. Swings. And once again, Carroll on the first pitch of the last 4 at-bats has brought in a hit.
Yeah, and just everybody on this Carroll team not scared to swing the bat here, as Kitchen really struggling here before and after the mound visit, as Chargers fearless in their offensive approach here in the bottom of the second. 4 runs on the board, possibly more to come.
As now they'll bring up Rapson. Singled and was left on third in the first. As that'll be the first pitch taken in a bit of time here for the Chargers. It's 1-0. Count. As bullpen action in Kaylin Mayberry, the freshman for Eastside, as Kitchen finds herself down 3-0 in the count.
Yeah, it's a quick 3-0 there, and not what you want to see, as potentially bases loaded here if a walk plays out.
As that one thrown in. 3-1, 1 out. Runners at first and second. 4 runs second inning so far for the Chargers. As fouled directly back, Kitchen battled back to a full count. The only out of this inning so far coming from a sac bunt laid down by Amelia Garcia. Last 5 batters resulting in a hit. It will end there as Rapson pops out.
Now batting the third baseman, number 13, Tessa.
It's Tessa Patterson now in. Every hitter in this Carroll lineup now coming on in the second. She'll try to improve. Get some more insurance runs as Carroll up 6-0. That one's fouled out of play. As that one's hit, makes contact, and they're going to get the force out at second, but it's a good 4-run inning for the Chargers. They extend the lead 6-0. As Danley comes back on after what has felt like a long second inning, as she'll try to continue her pitching performance here. Already 4 strikeouts, only 2 runners on so far in the game, as Carroll up 6-0. after a 4-run second inning. One. As that one caught inside, 2-1. As Danley delivers. Hit fouled away as its catch is made there by the first baseman Garcia for out number 1.
Man, the Blazers really got to get something going here in the top of the third offensively, as staring down a 6-0 hole here, as their pitching really not been reliable today, so needs to counteract that with some hits here.
They'll bring up the top of the lineup with Danielle Klein, Lily Klein. That was the first one back. As that's through the glove of Garcia. They're going to try to get the out at first, comes in late. So it's a hit there by Klein.
The second baseman, number 2, Emily McLean.
She heads the first. McLean now in.
2 straight hits there for Klein, both singles here, as I've said, Eastside got to get something going here.
Swing and a miss there by McLean.
Big swing.
One now for Danley. So 1-2 count. Danley trying to get her 5th strikeout here of the night. Here's the 1-2. Down low.
Yeah, that one just barely down low. As Danley still dealing here, 2-2.
She'll throw it in. That one's made contact onto the shortstop. As dropping the force out at second as both runners come in safe.
Yeah, unfortunate play there. Cannot try and swing that double play. As still one out here. Runners on first and second for Eastside.
So Kitchen now the 3-hitter coming up. That one's fouled back, 0-1. So 0-1, 1 out. That one's hit into foul play. Rapson couldn't find it. Now 0-2. That one's hit as Patterson able to make the play. Out number 2.
The catcher, number 6, Elodie
So Bishop now to hit. Scoring opportunity for the Blazers, much needed here in the top of the third. Danley delivers. That one's hit out of play. Up high. Runners saw about stealing. They'll retreat back. As that's a swing and a miss. 1-2. As Danley trying to get out of the 2 runners on here. As here's the 1-2 up high. Bishop trying to stay alive.
Yeah, Danley with a chance here to add another strikeout to her day. So far, shutout against the Blazers, of course, only top of the third.
And she's able to do so. 4 strikeouts for Danley. We'll head to the bottom of the third. Carroll up 6-0.
We create spaces that inspire.
If you dread shopping for a car and want a fully transparent, quick, and easy experience, let Rick show you why thousands of happy people have said Rick makes car buying fun. Visit Rick at Don Ayers Honda or online, rick@donayers.com. Let's
Go Chargers!
We head to the bottom of the third. Kitchen staying in the game here. As she faces Ella Sylvie, who started the second. As that one's stuck inside.
Yeah, it just shows the successful second inning that the Chargers had as they added another 4 runs to the scoreboard here.
Fouled back. 1-1. That one fouled as not able to make the play there. Past Guerrero's glove. One-two count. Wind really picking up here, going straight to the outfield. 1-2 count. Sylvie makes contact, goes foul. One-two, Sylvie hits it straight to the third baseman. And that'll be out number 1.
Now batting number 16, the first baseman, Amelia Garcia.
As Amelia Garcia now up. Put down a bunt in the first at bat in the second. As didn't really take a lot of batting attempts last year, usually the pitcher only. But starting in the 8th hole here today, she makes contact on that one, fouls it back 1-1. Garcia makes contact straight to the shortstop, and it's out number 2.
Yeah, and Eastside doing a good job here of just getting those outs back on that board, not trying to allow a repeat of that second inning. As second inning was a very long one for the Blazers here, but better control in the bottom of the third.
As Naomi Greenwood, getting her first hit of the season last time up, was able to come in for the run. Now up here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Carroll leading 6-0. as that one's foul tipped. Thank you everyone for watching here on Good Friday. Carson Beeman joined here by Owen McFadden and the rest of the Charger Sports Network crew. Enjoying our day off. Of school at least. Greenwood hits that one to the second baseman as every player in the infield getting a grounder there as we head to the fourth, still 6-0. As Danley heads back into the circle, as Carroll up 6-0. 5 strikeouts already here across 3 innings of work in this one. Guerrero now up, as that's laid in for strike 1. Quick 0-2. Swing and a miss. Guerrero striking out in the first at bat. As she does so again as she cuts it down on strikes once more.
Yeah, and Danley just been really solid this game and continues to do so here in the top of the fourth as you look at a replay there. Swing and a miss, really a common theme of most of Danley's strikeouts here tonight.
Vanover now also striking out in her first appearance. Down left on the outside. But Carroll making quick work here so far. Only about 45 minutes into this one. That one popped up into fair territory as Kirkpatrick could not find it in time. As Vanover gets the one-out single as Dick comes on.
Number 14, the center fielder, Molly Dick.
Molly Dick trying to get something to go here. Eastside looking for their first score of the game. Dick takes the first one. One 0 count. That one's in there. 1-1. Owen McFadden just got friggin' mauled by a paper there.
Wow, man.
I wish we had the view where you saw the press box because that was dangerous. Dick tries to lay one down for the bunt. She'll refrain 2-1. Owen McFadden is getting mauled by papers tonight. The wind is pushing
windy, man.
straight to us. 2-1 count. 3-1 as. Welcome everybody in. Carson Beeman. Owen McFadden out of frame. Mr. Matheny PAing. It's windy out here. Hair still looks great though, I think, in my opinion. So that's really the entire goal of these broadcasts. As that one's fouled away. Full count now from Molly Dick. As the flag is going. Oh, say, can you see? Full count, 1 out. .34-mile-per-hour gust. As that one cuts Dick down as she strikes out. As Danley striking out the last 3 of the 4 batters she's faced.
Yeah, Danley just continuing her dominant pitching performance here as 2 outs on that scoreboard. 2 strikeouts here for Taylor Danley. See the replay there. Another swing and a miss there by Dick. So She'll up to bat here in a 1-0 count.
Scholl striking out her first time up. Danley really finding a groove here. Down low. 2-0 count. Carroll trying to advance to 4-0 here on the season. Off to a good start. Would be a great win against an Eastside team rated 8 in 2A. And has historically been pretty dominant. As they're going to try to check Vanover at first. She comes in safely, but it's 2-2 here, 2 outs.
Yeah, Danley here with a chance to strike out the side here, the top of the 4th. 2 outs, 2 strikes here for the pitcher.
As Danley gets all 3 outs via strikeout. As she gets them down swinging. That'll take us to the bottom of the 4th. Carroll still up 6.
Here's the truth about the trades. We're high achievers, lifesavers, the backbone of our economy. We're the ones keeping the lights on, the water flowing, the temperature just right. Businesses running, buildings rising, our community growing. So if you're ready to learn, ready to grow, ready to take control of your future, visit your guidance counselor and say, I want a career that's made by me.
As top of the lineup comes back here in the 4th, as Lily Schultz swings on the first one, goes foul.
Yeah, and Schultz had that triple earlier in that 2nd inning that really catapulted this lead to 6 runs here, as looking to try and do the same thing here against Kitchen.
Makes contact with this one as it's collected for out 1.
Yeah, and Kitchen doing a good job just to try and reassert her control of this game after that really bad 2nd inning. Shut out the Chargers in the 3rd inning and hoping to do the same here in the bottom of the 4th.
Much better inning for Kitchen. Last 4 out for the Chargers, all coming via ground out. Kinsey now up. Singled and tripled. 1-1. She hits a high one. That's going to drop foul. One-two count. That one's in the dirt. As up high, so bowing back into the 3-2. Here's full, and swing and a miss.
Yeah, as I've talked about, Kitchen just doing a better job and on display there as 2 outs quickly for the pitcher here with some pitcher-on-pitcher action here.
Her first strikeout of the night. Danley now up 2 singles, has came in both times. She hits that one in the gap. And that's going to drop for 2 for Taylor Danley.
Yeah, and the pitcher having a great game from the circle, but also right there, able to hit a double as Chargers 2 outs, but with a runner in scoring position.
Kirkpatrick with an RBI opportunity now leads the team with 7 coming into this one. My pen almost just killed Owen McFadden again.
Oh.
It's that windy, the pens are getting flown. Yeah, it's Jackson back in as pinch runner at second. Can I get my pen back, Owen? I don't know where it went. There it is. Thank you. As Kirkpatrick, always a dangerous hitter here, the Grace College commit. One 0 count, I believe. That one's in for strike one. As Stanley's going to try to go for 3. She gets there. Off the low pitch as that was actually Jackson, the pinch runner. 2-1 count, runner at third here with 2 outs. Carroll trying to extend the lead, get some insurance. As that one's hit, and Kirkpatrick grounds out. They got the defense figured out. Can Eastside get some offense here going to the 5th?
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Matt's 1-car, 2-bedroom apartment with a home office / home gym insurance. We're good at Nick's SUV and farmhouse with a remodeled kitchen / art gallery insurance.
And we're good at the Wilbur suburban home with the 2-car garage / rehearsal space insurance.
Top of the 5th, wind continuing to blow here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Carroll with a 6-0 lead over Eastside as we head to the 5th inning. Fouled back as it's now McCaddy, the 9-hitter. Definitely McAtee. Wind is great here in the press box. I love the open windows in here. Really making for a great occasion. One-two count here for Danley. As McAtee fouls back. Danley on the 1-2, up high. Now a bit of a changeup. As that one is hit right to Danley, and she gets a ground out.
Yeah, the Chargers still doing a good job here defensively. There's Danley still in control here from in the circle, as that one, weird contact on there, going to result in a ground out for the Blazers.
Lily Klein, the main source of production here for East Side today. 2 singles, but has been stranded at second both times. That one's hit on as Greenwood under it, makes catch. Able to clear traffic. So McLean now up. Bunted in the first, reached on an error in the third. I see just getting under it. Hefty swing and miss that time around, 0-1. As McLean trying to get some production here. Seven of the last 8 East Side batters retired. Vanover, the only one getting a single in the fourth.
Yeah, chance for Danley to do it again here, and 0-2 count, 2 outs here.
Has gotten a strikeout in every inning without back. 0-2. Busy week here on the Charger Sports Network, wrapping up here on Friday. Got another busy one next week because that's how the spring season is here. It'll be like that till we graduate, so this is life now. 0-2. Still battling at McLean. Still battling as Kane, 3 straight fouls. 6th pitch of the at-bat now coming. Oh, it's up high. 1-2, McLean with a good at-bat here after going down initially 0-2. As she gets cut down on strikes, it's another one for Danley on the day as we still stand 6-0 Carroll.
We create spaces that inspire.
If you dread shopping for a car and want a fully transparent, quick, and easy experience, let Rick show you why thousands of happy people have said Rick makes car buying.
As Rapson comes in here in the bottom of the 5th. Kitchen's still in after allowing 6 in the first 2. She has a clean sheet in the last 2. So improvement there, but Eastside still failing to bring in any offense here. They're still being shut out by a great day by Danley in the circle. That one is hit, and shortstop is just going to eat it for a leadoff single.
Yeah, and Rapson starting off bottom of the 5th here as Chargers trying to add some insurance runs. But as you talked about, Kitchen having herself a good third and fourth inning after a really disastrous second.
Tessa Patterson 0-2 today will be 0 for 3 as she gets out on the grounder on the first pitch. So Sylvie now up. Reached on an error in the second, was able to come in and then grounded out the next inning. That's good contact, just a bit late. Up high, 1-0. That one's fouled away. 1-1. That gets through the infield. Runners at the corner now with a single by Sylvie.
Number 16, the first baseman, Amelia Garcia.
That's now Garcia with an RBI opportunity.
See replay there, good contact there by Sylvie, as you talked about. Garcia had that bunt attempt and then grounded out, so for 2 here.
Yeah, she tries to go for the bunt there. It's going to go foul. One. One run, runners in scoring position now. Sylvie gets a second. That one's contacted on, going to right field. That's going to drop for Amelia Garcia. It's going to clear the bases as a double for Amelia Garcia brings in 2.
Yeah, Garcia finally able to get some contact on the ball there, and it pays off as that drops kind of by that third baseline on right field. As we look at a replay here, Garcia with great contact there immediately off the bat, able to score 2 runners. The Chargers up 8-0.
8-0. Greenwood pops that one into shallow. Runners at the corners. And the game-winning run now at first base for the Chargers, up 8. Carroll with the opportunity to go home early here on Good Friday. Going to bring up the top of the lineup with 1 out. Schultz now up. Has a triple today. 2 RBI triple. Was able to come in as well in the big second inning. Swing and a miss on that one. Trying to get the fences to that one. 0-1 here with 1 out. Okay, well, bringing back offense here after 2 straight scoreless innings. Opportunity to run rule east side here. As that one's made contact on through the infield. Garcia comes in. Greenwood goes to second. And now it's 9-0. Carroll with a winning opportunity here. Now at Kinsey on the plate.
Yeah, the Chargers here with Schultz able to just get right past the pitcher there and sneak up past second base as the game-winning run on second base in scoring position for the Chargers.
Kinsey also with a triple and a single. Today struck out in her last appearance, 0-1. As Kinsey, opportunity to end the game. Just needs to put Naomi Greenwood from second to home. Up high, 1-1. One count. That's hit as the shortstop runs into the umpire. They can't get the force out. Goes through the legs. Greenwood will stay put as. I don't know. That's very tragic. What do you even rule that?
Not much to say there, I think.
Because
unfortunate.
That's not
collision.
really an error per se. Because it's not the shortstop's fault, but
unfortunate collision there with the.
I'll put it as a single
with the umpire.
Benefit of the doubt. So Greenwood gets the third. And now Danley, the pitcher, with the opportunity to go home and also get the complete game. Carroll up 9-0 is seen everything but a home run really in this one. One here with 1 out. As Danley hits that one, they go to the forced play at home, and Greenwood's out on fielder's choice. 2 outs now for Kirkpatrick.
And the Chargers really only needing 1 more run here, but gonna have 2 outs, so Kirkpatrick here with an opportunity to either continue this game here as we would go to the 6th inning or end it right here with just scoring 1 runner.
Coming into today, batting .600 on the season, only 1 for 3 so far with a single in the second. As Coach Antos wants to call a break. Brings in Jackson as a pinch runner at first for Danley. As Kirkpatrick hits that one as they try to tag at third and not able to do so. As that will do it, as able to come in is the winning run. Carroll on Good Friday with a good 10-0 win over the Blazers.
Yeah, the Chargers just able to swing the bats all day long, and the opposing pitcher for Eastside Kitchen had a problem early on, looked to have corrected it in the 3rd and 4th innings, but the 5th inning back to the usual for the Chargers as they win this game via run rule 10-0.
Great game for Carroll as they advance to 4-0 on the season. Eastside goes to 8-4. We'd like to thank everyone for checking out the stream here on Good Friday. Have a great Easter weekend, everyone. Carroll wins 10-0 over Eastside. Have a great night, and God bless.